Hey viewers, Supersonic Q here with the first video in a new series of videos I'm making called the In-Depth series. This series will give you a closer look at some of my clay models and like the history behind them, stuff like that. Also, I'm planning on making some tutorials. They'll probably the first one will probably be on after this video. Okay, but anyway, before I start the actual in-depth video, I've been getting asked a lot what type of clay I use and stuff, so hopefully this will clear some things up. I use this stuff. It's Sculpey 3. You get it at AC Moore. These particular blocks go for around $2 each, whereas these, it's still Sculpey, but this comes in a 30 color pack sampler, and you get them for around $22. I like this stuff better, but this stuff is still okay if you don't really know what you're gonna make, because you get 30 colors, so you can pick and choose stuff like that. Okay, so this episode will cover the Sonic the Fighter set. Some of the character sculpts might not be as good as if I was to make one like today, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so going in the character order like in the game is Knuckles. This Knuckles I wouldn't say is particularly bad. Uh, he's okay. But he does, something I should point out, he does have like 3 different colors of red on him. Because when this clay has to go into the oven to bake, and when I put it in the oven, he fell over, like, in the middle of his baking, and I really didn't want to throw it out. So I kind of just, patched it up, but, I didn't have the right red, so, it turned out 3 different colors. But, I mean, the face is okay. He kind of has a stumpy tail, but I guess that's okay. Okay, next is Amy. I haven't really made many Amy's. This is like the only full-size one I think of made. So for first, I guess it's okay. I don't really have the character down right that good the first time, but she doesn't really have a tail, but I guess you could say her hand is blocking that. She has her mallet hammer thing. Um, yeah, that's Amy. Okay, next is Bark. I haven't made many Barks, but maybe I should, cause I kind of like Bark. He's a pretty good character, so. But this was like the first full size one that I've made. Um, yeah, he does have his hair there. He has his scarf. I know he does have like hair on his back on the back of his head right here, but when I was making this, I didn't know that, so that's why he doesn't. And his tail, I guess his tail is right. Um, okay, yeah, that's Bark. Next is SPO. I have made a few SPOs. I wouldn't say this one is one of my better ones, but I guess here he is. His shoes really don't have like much detail at all. He does have the scales on his back and his tail. Yeah, there's SPO. As you can see right here, they are actually they're all relatively the same size, which worked out really well. I didn't even plan for that to happen. Okay, here's Tails. Speaking of relative in size, Tails is kind of one of the bigger models of the set for some reason. Like, I don't know, he just turned out bigger than everybody else. His shoes are kind of big too, and his tails are kind of small, if you can see right there. The hairs on his head are a little thick, but maybe that's getting too picky. Um, yeah, it's Tails. Next is Fang. Like Bark and Amy, this is like one of the first full-size Fangs that I made. Um, his belt, yeah, his belt goes all the way around. He has his little cork on there, although it's like in the holder, so you can't really see it. His shoes are a little bit the wrong color, and this not yellow, orange. It's actually a little lighter than what it should be. It should actually be a brown. But he does have a nose, his blue nose, so that works. Okay, now is Bean. Like Fang and Bark and Amy, this was really the only Bean I made. Not really a much coveted character. He's not in many games, so only make one. He has his bomb. He has his tail right there. Um, Actually, when I was first making this, I made his legs green, which was wrong because they're really yellow. So I had to patch up his legs. I had to go over it in yellow. You can't really notice it in the video, but that's what I had to do. Okay, now is Sonic. I had actually made Sonic and Knuckles on the same day, coincidentally. Not that it really matters, but I did. Um, what's curious about this Sonic is this was one of the first Sonics that I had made after a long streak of not making Sonics. So he only has 5 spikes, which is kind of weird because I kind of forgot how to make him. I think, yeah, if you stand him up like that, he's kind of leaning over. He almost fell over in the oven too. Okay, next is Metal Sonic. Um, this Metal Sonic is kind of wrong for a lot of different ways. Well, for one, I thought Metal Sonic had a mouth, so he has like a mouth here, but it's really just two screws or nails in his cheeks. He's in some awkward sort of position because, like most of the other characters from this set, he fell over in the oven. I don't know why, but I had such a hard time trying to get the characters to stand in this set. Um, yeah. So I guess that's Metal Sonic. Okay, next is Eggman. He was actually the first one that I had made to this set. It's kind of like an unofficial start. I made an Eggman, just this Eggman. I'm like, oh, this kind of looks like the Sonic the Fighter one. So that kind of sparked the set. But you know, I mean, it's Eggman. Can't really, can't really mess that up. Lastly is Supersonic. He is actually kind of a little bigger than everybody else, but you know, I guess that's like okay. This one does have 6 spikes. His arms are a little chubby, but that's okay. And his shoes are actually a different color than that Sonic's down there. These ones are a little darker. Yeah, but that's Supersonic. So there you go. There's the whole Sonic the Fighter set. Actually, if you've noticed, every character has a different colored base. Like, I didn't plan for that to happen, but it actually did. So that worked out well. Okay, thanks for watching this, and some more videos soon.